Family. The word alone has been used to justify more emotional damage than any enemy ever could. Society tells you to forgive them because they're blood. Respect them no matter what. Keep the family together even if it destroys you. But here's the truth. Nobody likes to say out loud, some of the most toxic people in your life share your DNA. And the reason they get away with it is because you were raised to tolerate their behavior without question. You were taught that trauma from a stranger is abuse. But the same thing from a parent is tradition. You were told that manipulation from a partner is toxic, but manipulation from your siblings is just how they are. You were told that disrespect from a coworker is unacceptable, but disrespect from your relatives is something you should let go because they mean well. No, Stoicism teaches responsibility, self-respect, and boundaries, not blind loyalty, not emotional slavery, not generational dysfunction disguised as culture. Because the uncomfortable truth is this: if a stranger treated you the way some of your family members do, you would block them instantly. You wouldn't hesitate. You wouldn't negotiate. You wouldn't feel guilty. So why do you tolerate it from people who should know you, love you, and protect you more than anyone else? Why do you let them guilt trip you with "we're family"? Why do you let them weaponize loyalty to control your life? Why do you let them keep you small just so they can feel comfortable? Let me tell you something brutally honest. Something James the Stoic would say without blinking. Blood loyalty is the biggest scam of modern life. It's kept people stuck, miserable, manipulated, controlled, and emotionally broken for centuries. Stoicism doesn't care about blood ties. Stoicism cares about character. Marcus Aurelius didn't say, "Be good only to your family." Seneca didn't say, "Tolerate abuse because you're related." Epictetus didn't say, "Let toxic people stay close because you share a last name." No, they all said the same thing. Protect your mind. Guard your peace. Live by virtue, not obligation. If someone's presence destroys your spirit, distance is not betrayal, it's survival. If a family member repeatedly harms you, you don't owe them access to your life. And if they call you selfish for protecting your peace, remember this: only the people who benefit from your suffering get angry when you set boundaries. So today, we're going to expose the toxic behaviors you should never tolerate, not from strangers, not from friends, and especially not from family. If that makes some people uncomfortable, good. The truth is supposed to shake the weak. Let's begin. By the way, before we begin, let me talk to you about my Patreon community. Most people suffer in silence because they've got no one around them who truly understands what they're going through. That's exactly why I created the Inner Circle, a private space where you can speak openly, share your personal struggles, and get real one-on-one insight from me. Not the shallow, recycled advice you see online, but deep Stoic guidance tailored to what you're actually facing. You can even request personalized video topics, and I'll break them down directly for our members. It's not for everyone. It's for people who are done with fake motivation and ready for real growth. If that's you, the link's in the description and the first pinned comment. One they constantly criticize and belittle. Criticism from family hits differently. It cuts deeper, lasts longer, and sinks into the parts of you that were never fully protected. And the most dangerous part, you start believing it. You grow up thinking their voice is your conscience, their opinions are your truth, their disapproval is your flaw. But here's the harsh reality. Some family members don't criticize you because they want you to improve. They criticize you because your growth threatens their comfort. There are relatives who have mastered the art of disguised cruelty. They talk down to you with a smile. They insult you in the form of advice. They call it tough love, but it feels more like slow poison. And when you react, they call you sensitive. They call you dramatic. They call you ungrateful. It's the classic tactic of toxic people: stab you twice and blame you for bleeding. Let me be blunt. Not every opinion deserves respect. Not every family member deserves a voice in your life. Here's what people don't want to admit. Some parents, siblings, uncles, aunties, cousins, they belittle you because seeing you confident would expose how insecure they truly are. They need you small. They need you doubtful. They need you questioning your worth. Because if you ever stood up straight, they would have to face how crooked they've been all along. Let's talk examples, real ones that happen every day, but no one wants to acknowledge. Example 1. The parent who never thinks you're enough. You bring home good grades. They ask why they weren't better. You get a job. They say it's not a real career. You try something new. They mock you before you even start. You succeed, and suddenly they're silent, or worse, unimpressed. This is not guidance. This is emotional erosion. A parent who constantly tears you down isn't trying to raise you. They're trying to control you through insecurity. Example 2. The sibling who pretends it's just jokes. They mock your appearance. They mock your interests. They mock your quietness, your confidence, your intelligence, everything. And when you finally confront them, it's just jokes. You're too sensitive. No, jokes are funny for everyone involved. Humiliation disguised as humor is a form of bullying. And some siblings get away with it, simply because you share a childhood. Example 3. The relative who can't stand your progress. The moment you start improving your life, they start nitpicking everything you do. You lose weight? You think you're better than us now? You save money? Don't forget where you came from. You start a business. It'll fail. You're not serious enough. Your growth reminds them of how much they've stayed the same. So instead of growing, they try to pull you back down. Let me make this controversial, because Stoicism isn't about pretending everything is fine. Stoicism is about truth. Some family members don't want to see you win. They prefer the version of you they can control. And here's the most brutal part. The constant criticism eventually becomes your internal dialogue. You replay their insults in your mind. Their voice becomes the enemy living in your head rent-free. You sabotage opportunities because you hear them whispering, "You're not good enough. You can't do that. You're not built for success." This is why boundaries matter. This is why distance is necessary. Not because you hate them, but because you refuse to hate yourself. Stoicism teaches something powerful. You cannot control the tongues of others, but you must master the thoughts you allow to enter your own mind. Criticism is not the problem. Criticism from people who don't want to see you grow is the problem. If their words don't build you, if their tone drains you, if their advice breaks you, then you're not listening to wisdom. You're listening to insecurity, wearing a mask. Family doesn't get a free pass to destroy your self-esteem. Family doesn't get a discount on disrespect. Family doesn't get permission to shrink you just because they watched you grow up. Here's the Stoic truth. You owe love, but you do not owe your sanity. You owe respect, but you do not owe access. You owe compassion, but you do not owe permission for anyone, even family, to shape your identity. When they constantly criticize and belittle you, understand this: you are not fragile, they are threatened. You are not weak, they are insecure. You are not the problem, You are the reminder of what they fear becoming. And once you see that clearly, their words lose power. Their criticism becomes background noise. Their insults become irrelevant. Because a Stoic knows what comes out of their mouth reveals who they are. What you choose to believe reveals who you are becoming. And you, finally, get to choose who you become. 2. When they create double standards. Double standards are one of the most subtle but most poisonous forms of family toxicity. They don't yell, they don't insult, they don't explode. They simply demand a level of behavior from you that they never practice themselves. And because it's quiet and normal, most people don't even realize it's abuse. A double standard is when the rules bend depending on who benefits. They set expectations for you that they never apply to themselves. They judge you for things they freely do. They demand respect. They don't give. They call you out for behaviors they themselves repeat daily. And the worst part, they expect you to accept it, simply because they're family. Let me break it down in a way every person will understand. A double standard is not just unfair, it's power, it's control. It's a way for someone to stay above you while pretending you're the one who's difficult. Stoicism teaches equality of virtue, to treat others the way you treat yourself. But toxic family members twist this. They want privilege without accountability, authority without responsibility, power without reflection. And they disguise it as tradition, respect, or that's just how family works. But let's get real. That's not family. That's hypocrisy, dressed in cultural clothing. Here's the relatable real-life example. People don't talk about. Example. The parent who demands respect, but gives none. Let's say your parent constantly tells you, "Don't raise your voice at me. Don't talk back. Don't disrespect me." But then, they yell at you whenever they want. They say hurtful things without apologizing. They dismiss your feelings instantly. They curse, insult, lecture, mock. And it's all acceptable because they're the parent. They demand emotional maturity from you while displaying none themselves. And if you ever ask for basic respect, the same respect they demand, they say, "Don't forget who you're talking to. I'm the parent here. You have no right to question me." This is the perfect example of a double standard. They want obedience from you, but freedom for themselves. They want silence from you, but endless expression from themselves. They want you controlled, but themselves unchallenged. It's not respect they want, it's dominance. This happens in almost every culture, almost every household, but nobody questions it because it's framed as tradition or discipline. Let me shake the table. Respect that only goes upward is not respect. It's hierarchy. Respect that only flows one way is not love. It's control. Why it hurts so much. Double standards create psychological confusion. You start wondering, am I wrong? Am I difficult? Am I the problem? Why am I held to rules others don't follow? You become hyper-aware of your behavior while everyone else gets to act however they want. You walk on eggshells. You apologize first, even when you didn't start anything. You shrink yourself to avoid confrontation. You adapt while they remain unchanged. And slowly, your self-worth deteriorates. This is the damage double standards cause. They slowly convince you that you are worth less than the people you love. But here's a Stoic truth family rarely wants to hear. Anyone who expects from you what they do not practice themselves does not truly respect you. Another relatable example, the sibling who gets away with everything. They break things, it's not that serious. You make a small mistake, you're irresponsible. They stay out late. They're grown. You come home late once. Why are you acting wild? They're celebrated for bare minimum. You're criticized for everything. Double standards don't just create unfairness. They create resentment, emotional distance, and quiet lifelong wounds. Why Stoicism rejects double standards? A Stoic lives by principles, not advantage. A Stoic applies rules inwardly, before outwardly. A Stoic never demands what they do not deliver. Stoicism says, if you expect discipline, you must demonstrate discipline. If you demand respect, you must give respect. If you want peace, you must embody peace. A toxic family member says the opposite. I can do whatever I want. You, however, must be perfect. The brutal truth, people who create double standards are showing you something important. They don't see you as an equal. They don't see your feelings as valid. They don't see your boundaries as real. They don't see your pain as relevant. And the moment you start recognizing this, their power over you cracks. Because once you see the double standard, you stop playing the game. You stop apologizing. You stop over-explaining. You stop shrinking. You realize something life-changing. Equal relationships require equal rules. Anyone who refuses fairness does not deserve closeness. And anyone who benefits from double standards will fight hardest when you break them. You're not wrong for wanting consistency. You're not dramatic for wanting respect. You're not too much for wanting the same treatment you give others. You're simply awake. And once you're awake, you can no longer tolerate what once felt normal. That's the power of recognizing double standards. It gives you permission to reclaim your dignity. 3. When they don't respect your personal space. One of the most subtle, but emotionally suffocating, toxic behaviors from family is the way they invade your personal space, like it's a privilege they automatically earned at birth. They act as if your room, your time, your boundaries, your decisions, and even your inner thoughts belong to them simply because you share a last name. And the worst part, they don't even see it as disrespect. To them, it's normal. To you, it feels like being emotionally trapped in your own life. Stoicism teaches that a person's inner space, their mind, their peace, their mental independence is sacred. But toxic family members operate as if your life is an open door they can walk through any time, uninvited and unannounced. Let's break it down. They walk into your room like it's a public park. Some families don't knock. They don't ask. They don't wait. They swing the door open like they're entering a grocery store, then get offended if you get offended. They tell you, why are you acting secretive? This is my house. I can enter any room I want. Stop being dramatic. It's just me. But here's the truth. A lack of physical boundaries is usually a sign of deeper emotional disrespect. When someone refuses to let you have a private moment, it's because they don't see you as an individual. They see you as an extension of themselves. They feel entitled to your time. You might say, I need to rest. I'm busy. I don't want to talk right now. I need some quiet. And they respond with, you live under my roof. I can call you anytime I want. Stop isolating yourself. You think you're better than us. I'm your family. You're supposed to make time for me. No consideration, no respect, no understanding that you're a human with mental energy limits. Stoicism teaches that time is the most valuable thing a person has, more valuable than money, more valuable than possessions. So when a family member constantly takes your time without permission, what they're really doing is stealing parts of your life. They touch your things without permission. Nothing irritates the soul like coming home to find your clothes moved, your bag, opened your journal, accidentally read your phone, picked up your money taken because someone borrowed it, your projects rearranged or tampered with, and when you confront them, they say, "Why are you so sensitive? It's not a big deal. We're family. What are you hiding?" This is where it gets controversial. When family snoops, it's not curiosity, it's control. They want information, they want access, they want to monitor you, they want leverage. This is how manipulation begins. They listen outside your door or eavesdrop. Some families treat privacy like rebellion. If you close your door, they think you're hiding something. If you whisper, they assume you're plotting something. If you're alone for too long, they assume you're doing something wrong. They eavesdrop on your calls. They ask intrusive questions. They interrogate you over harmless details. It's a toxic mindset. They feel entitled to know everything about your life, even the parts that don't concern them at all. Stoics believed that peace begins internally, and privacy is one of the things that protects internal peace. Without privacy, your mind becomes hyper-vigilant, always guarded, always tense, always anticipating intrusion. This is how anxiety grows. A real relatable example. Imagine this. You're in your room after a stressful day, headphones on, minding your business. You finally feel a moment of peace. Then suddenly, boom, your door opens. No knock, no warning. Your mother walks in and starts rearranging your clothes. Your father asks why your door was closed. Your sibling grabs your charger without asking. All of this happening while you're sitting right there. You say, "Can you knock next time?" And they respond with, "Are you paying the bills here? This is our house. You're so dramatic." You feel violated, but you also feel guilty for feeling violated, because they're family. This is how families break someone without ever yelling, hitting, or insulting. Violation without violence is still violation. Here's the cold Stoic truth. If someone can't respect your personal space, they will never respect your emotional space either. And a person who ignores boundaries is a person who cannot be trusted. Family or not, anyone who repeatedly disregards your space is telling you one thing: your comfort doesn't matter to me. And once someone shows you that, you'd be a fool to keep the door open for them, literally and metaphorically. 4. When they financially manipulate or exploit you. Financial manipulation from family is one of the most painful betrayals because it hides behind love, duty, or helping each other. But Stoicism is clear. Your resources are yours, and no one has the right to drain your life just because you share DNA. Let's break it down with simple, relatable examples. They expect you to pay for everything. Some family members automatically assume if you go out to eat, you will pay. If they need something, you should buy it. If there's a problem, your money should fix it. Example: you go out with your cousin. The bill comes. He pushes it toward you and says, "You have a good job. You got this, right?" That's not generosity. That's entitlement. They borrow money. They never plan to return. These people treat you like a bank that never charges interest and never follows up. Example: your sister asks for $50 just for 2 days. 2 months pass. She avoids the topic. When you finally ask about it, she snaps, "Why are you stressing over just $50? We're family." If it's just $50, then she should have paid it back. They use guilt to control your wallet. This one is common in families where emotional manipulation is normal. Example, you tell your mom you can't send money this month. She immediately says, "So after everything I did for you, you can't help me now." That's not family love. That's emotional blackmail. They call your success a responsibility, not an achievement. The moment you earn a little more, they act like you owe them everything. Example, you announce you got a promotion. Instead of congratulating you, your uncle says, "Good, now you can start supporting the family." No, your success does not equal an open wallet. They refuse to change because they know you'll pay some relatives, create their own problems because they know you'll always fix them. Example, your brother keeps quitting jobs. He knows you'll pay his rent if he falls behind again. He's not struggling. He's using you as a safety net. They take your things without asking. Financial exploitation isn't always about borrowing money. It's also about taking things and acting like it's nothing. Example, your cousin uses your card to order food without telling you. When you confront them, they say, "Relax, I'll pay you back." But they never do. They shame you. When you set boundaries, the moment you say no, they act offended. Example, you tell your aunt you can't lend her money again. She tells everyone in the family that you've changed and forgot where you came from. No, you simply grew up. Simplest Stoic truth. If helping someone destroys your peace or empties your wallet, it's no longer help. It's exploitation. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your money. You are allowed to keep your financial life private. And anyone who gets angry about that wasn't looking for love. They were looking for a resource. When they force their problems onto you, one of the most exhausting toxic behaviors, and one of the easiest to overlook, is when family members dump their problems on you and expect you to fix their lives as if you're their personal superhero, therapist, parent, priest, or emotional sponge. They don't just come to you for support, they come to you to escape responsibility. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people don't want solutions, they want someone to carry the weight they refuse to lift. This is where the emotional manipulation begins. Stoicism teaches self-discipline, accountability, and inner strength, but toxic family members often live the opposite. They avoid responsibility, and they expect you to pay the price. Let's break down how this looks in real, simple, everyday ways. They make their crisis your obligation. Some relatives don't ask for help, they announce it like an order. Example, your brother calls and says, "I need you to pick me up now." No explanation, no asking, just expecting. They assume that because you're the responsible one, you must drop everything and resolve whatever mess they've created. Your life becomes secondary, their problems become priority. And if you say no, suddenly you're the problem. They turn their bad decisions into your burden. Some people in the family make the same mistakes repeatedly. Bad relationships, bad spending habits, bad life choices, and every time it blows up, guess who they call? Example, your cousin quits another job without a plan and instantly says, "Can I stay with you for a while?" Not "can I," but "I'm coming." They create fires and expect you to be the firefighter. They expect you to clean up what they refuse to control. They emotionally dump on you without considering your life. There's a difference between sharing feelings and emotionally dumping. Toxic family members don't care if you're busy, tired, or mentally drained. They unload everything on you at any hour, for any reason, because they treat you as their emotional trash can. Example, your mother calls you at 2 a.m. to complain about your father, your siblings, the neighbors, her co-workers, and she demands your full attention while you're barely awake. If you're tired, she says you're rude. If you want to sleep, she says you don't care. If you ask her to talk later, she calls you ungrateful. This isn't love, it's emotional extraction. Example, your aunt always asks you to help her apply for jobs, fix her bills, solve her arguments, handle her paperwork, but she never takes the steps to do any of it herself. Dependency is not an accident, it's a habit. They blame you when things go wrong. The moment you try to set boundaries, they twist the situation to make everything your fault. You say, "I can't help right now." They say, "Da wow, so now you've abandoned us. You think you're too good for the families? We can't rely on you for anything." Notice the manipulation. You don't help them fix their problem, therefore you become the problem. This is how they keep you carrying weight that doesn't belong to you. They expect you to fix problems they caused. One of the most draining patterns is when relatives create chaos, then cry for rescue. Example, your sister fights with everyone, burns bridges, then calls you crying and says, "Talk to them for me. Fix it." Why? Because you're the reasonable one. Because you're the calm one. Because you're the strong one. But being strong doesn't mean you're obligated to carry everyone else's weakness. They disrespect your boundaries because you're family. This is the classic excuse toxic relatives use. They believe that being family gives them a free pass to dump their problems onto you. Example, you tell your father, "I can't come over today, I have things to do." He responds, "I'm your father, you have to." No, you're a human being with your own life, not a 24/7 emotional butler. The Stoic reality. Epictetus said, "Each person must carry their own burden." It wasn't a suggestion, it was a command. Stoicism teaches self-responsibility, the ability to handle your own problems without dragging others down with you. When family members constantly force their issues onto you, what they're really saying is, "My comfort is more important than your peace." And the moment you accept that without resistance, you become their emotional slave. Helping out occasionally is love. Being forced to carry their entire life is abuse. You're allowed to step back. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to let people face the consequences of their own choices. That isn't selfish, it's stoic. 6. When they compete with you instead of supporting you, family is supposed to be your safe haven. It's supposed to be the place where you can grow, take risks, and succeed without fear of judgment. But some family members see your growth as a threat rather than a victory. Instead of celebrating your wins, they compete with you. Instead of lifting you up, they push you down. And this kind of toxicity is subtle, sneaky, and deeply damaging. Stoicism teaches that your focus should be on virtue, self-improvement, and wisdom. It doesn't teach blind loyalty to people who treat your achievements as challenges to beat. Let's break this down with examples that hit close to home. They turn your success into their jealousy. Some relatives never cheer for you. They never say, "Well done." Instead, they compare, compete, or minimize your accomplishments. Example, you land a promotion at work. Your cousin immediately says, "Yeah, but I got a bigger bonus last year." Or your sibling downplays your achievement. "It's not that hard, anyone could do it." Instead of feeling proud, you start questioning yourself. Instead of celebrating, you feel guilty for being successful. This is emotional sabotage dressed as family behavior. They're not proud, they're threatened. They try to outshine you in every area. Some family members feel uncomfortable if you ever step into the spotlight. So they constantly try to outdo you in everything: grades, careers, possessions, social life, even relationships. Example, you buy your first car. Your brother buys a slightly newer model. You post a vacation photo. Your cousin posts theirs immediately afterward. You start a small business. Your uncle brags about his side in the same week. This isn't coincidence. It's a silent battle they insist on fighting, and it drains you mentally and emotionally. They dismiss your dreams. Some family members don't just compete, they belittle your ambitions to maintain control over you. Example, you say, "I want to start my own business." Your parent says, "You'll fail. You should get a proper job instead." Your sibling says, "Why are you wasting your time?" Notice the pattern. Instead of supporting you, they try to redirect your energy, often toward mediocrity, so you don't surpass them. They make your wins about themselves. A toxic family member doesn't just compete, they hijack your success. Example, you graduate with honors. Your aunt immediately tells everyone how she helped you study. You get a new job. Your uncle brags that he knew someone in that company. Your achievement becomes their story, not yours. Your pride is stolen. Your moment of joy is diminished. They constantly compare you. Comparison is the weapon they use most effectively. Example, you save money and start investing. Your cousin says, "I've saved more than you." You get recognition at work. Your sibling says, "Well, my boss likes me more." It doesn't matter how well you're doing. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved. For them, your success is never enough, unless it's worse than theirs. Why this is so toxic? Competing family members undermine your confidence, create unnecessary stress, and foster resentment. Instead of being your support system, they make your achievements feel like threat. You begin to second-guess yourself, minimize your accomplishments, or hide your successes to avoid conflict. Stoicism teaches that your worth is determined by your actions, not the opinions of others. But when family constantly competes with you, it's easy to forget this truth. You start measuring your life against theirs, instead of your own values. Your path is your own, and their attempts to overshadow you are irrelevant to your virtue and growth. Example, you achieve something great. They belittle it. Instead of arguing or shrinking, a Stoic remains calm, focused, and silent. Calibrate yourself quietly. Protect your peace. Continue growing. That's the power they hate. Your indifference to their competition. The hard truth: some family members cannot celebrate your wins. Some will never be happy for you. Some will always compare, compete, and criticize. Stoicism doesn't say you should cut all ties, but it does say, recognize the toxicity. Protect your achievements. Don't let their jealousy steal your joy. Your life is not a race to please them. Your success is not a challenge for them to beat. Your happiness is not negotiable. And the moment you internalize that, you stop competing back. You stop justifying yourself. You stop shrinking to fit into their insecurities. Instead, you focus on your growth, your values, and your peace, which is exactly what they cannot take from you. 7. When they judge your life choices constantly, family should be your safe harbor, a place where you can grow, explore, and make decisions without fear of relentless judgment. But some relatives act as if your life is a reality show for them to critique. Instead of supporting your choices, they dissect every decision, every move, every mistake, and every success. And here's the truth: nobody wants to admit constant judgment from family is a form of control. They don't criticize because they care. They criticize because it gives them power over you. And the worst part? You were raised to internalize their disapproval as truth. Stoicism teaches that your life belongs to you. Your mind, your decisions, and your path are yours alone. But toxic family members want you small, cautious, and always second-guessing yourself. They want to dictate your choices while calling it guidance. Let's break down what this looks like in real life. They mock your career decisions. Some family members cannot handle the idea that you're forging your own path. Example, you leave a secure but unfulfilling job to start your own business. Instead of celebrating your courage, your uncle says, "Are you sure that's a good idea? You'll fail like everyone else who quits." Or your cousin says, "Why throw away a stable job? You're being reckless." Notice the pattern. Your life is not about growth or purpose in their eyes. It's about playing it safe so they can feel comfortable judging you. They criticize your relationships. Toxic relatives love to act as relationship police. They have an opinion on every person you date, every friend you keep, and every person you trust. Example: you start seeing someone new. Your sister says, "I don't trust them. They're not good enough for you." Your aunt says, "Why are you dating them? You can do better." Even if your choice is healthy and positive, their judgment is relentless. Their approval is conditional on their own biases, not your happiness. They shame your life priorities. Some relatives cannot accept that your priorities differ from theirs. Example: you choose to invest in yourself, taking a course, moving to a new city, or focusing on personal growth. Your father says, "Why waste time on that? You should be doing X." Your sibling says, "You're being selfish." Think about the family. No matter what you do, you can't win, because the goal isn't your improvement. The goal is to maintain control. They constantly compare you to others. Comparison is their favorite tool. Example: you buy your first home. Your cousin bought a bigger house. You earn a promotion. Your sibling earns more. You adopt a healthier lifestyle. Your parents say, "Well, we did it differently." Instead of encouragement, you receive critique disguised as advice. Instead of pride, you feel pressure. Instead of freedom, you feel trapped. They belittle your mistakes forever. Some family members never let go of past mistakes. Example: you made a poor career decision 5 years ago. Your aunt reminds you constantly. "Remember when Your brother says, "You'll never change." Even after learning and growing, the judgment never stops. It's not about helping you improve. It's about keeping you insecure. Why this is toxic. Constant judgment from family undermines your confidence. It traps you in self-doubt. It teaches you to shrink your dreams so others feel comfortable. Stoicism teaches that your opinions and choices are your own responsibility, not anyone else's. The moment you allow their judgments to dictate your actions, you surrender control of your life. The Stoic approach: a Stoic sees judgment for what it is, a reflection of the person giving it, not the person receiving it. If they criticize your career, it's because they are fearful of your success. If they judge your relationships, it's because they cannot accept your happiness. If they belittle your choices, it's because they want to control your life, instead of living their own. Your power lies in choosing your path, regardless of their opinions. Your growth is not up for debate. Your happiness is not negotiable. The hard truth: some family members will never approve of your life. Some will always compare, belittle, or shame you. Some will try to control your decisions through constant judgment. Stoicism teaches that you do not live for their approval. Your life is yours. Your choices are yours. Your peace is yours. And the moment you internalize this, the judgment loses its power. You stop explaining. You stop apologizing. You stop shrinking. You simply live your life, boldly, independently, and without guilt. 8. When they use you only when they need something. Family is supposed to be a bond of unconditional support, mutual care, and trust. But toxic family members treat relationships like a transaction, not a connection. They only reach out when they need something: money, favors, emotional support, or validation, and vanish the moment the request is fulfilled. And here's the brutal truth: Some family members love what you can do for them, not who you are. Stoicism teaches that virtue and self-respect are more important than approval or obligation. Yet toxic relatives depend on your loyalty while offering nothing in return. Let's break this behavior down. They only call when they need you. Some family members have perfected the art of convenience. Example, your cousin never calls to check on you, ask how you're doing, or spend time together. But when their car breaks down, they suddenly remember you exist. Hey, can you drive me to work? Or when they need money, they're the first to text. Can you lend me $200? And after you help, silence. No thank you, no genuine conversation, just radio silence until the next need arises. They expect you to drop everything. Convenience-driven relatives expect your life to revolve around their needs. Example, you've planned a quiet evening to rest or work on something important. Suddenly, your sibling calls, I need you to help me move some things. And they act as if your plans don't exist. If you hesitate, they act offended. If you say no, they guilt trip you. Your life becomes a resource bank for their emergencies, not a person with your own priorities. They take without giving. Some family members treat you like a lifeline without ever investing in you. Example, you cover their bills, help them with errands, give advice, and support them emotionally. But when you need help, even something small, they're nowhere to be found. This is exploitation disguised as family loyalty. It's love with a condition, your usefulness. They disappear when things get difficult. Some relatives love the benefits, but avoid the responsibility. Example, you go through a personal crisis, health issues, financial struggle, emotional pain. The same people who called or relied on you before suddenly vanish. No calls, no visits, no concern, only radio silence. It's a cruel lesson in reciprocity. They only care when it serves them. They use emotional blackmail to keep you available. Some toxic family members guilt you into helping by implying that your love or loyalty depends on your actions. Example, your aunt asks you to co-sign a loan. When you hesitate, she says, if you loved me, you wouldn't question it. Or your sibling says, after all I've done for you, this is how you treat me. Notice the tactic. They equate your utility with your value. They measure love by what you can give, not who you are. Why this is toxic? Being used like this chips away at your self-worth. It creates resentment, stress, and emotional exhaustion. You begin to question your generosity and guilt yourself for saying no. You start to feel like nothing you do is appreciated unless it benefits someone else. And most importantly, it teaches you to doubt the authenticity of family love. The Stoic approach. Stoicism teaches that your virtue and energy are yours to manage. You are not an endless resource. You are not obligated to sacrifice your peace for people who only see you as a tool. Example, someone asks for help. A Stoic asks, will this harm my life, my values, or my peace? If yes, the answer is no. If no, the help can be given without resentment. The key is choice, not obligation. And when you protect your energy, you reclaim power in relationships. The hard truth, some family members will never treat you as a human being first, and a helper second. They will always use, take, and vanish until the next need arises. You cannot force reciprocity. You cannot demand gratitude. You cannot change their behavior, but you can change your response. Set boundaries. Say no without guilt. Give only when it aligns with your values and energy. Once you do this, the pattern loses its grip. You stop being a resource and start being a person again. Because family is not supposed to use you, it's supposed to respect you, and anyone who doesn't, no matter how close, is showing you their true character. Ninth, when they hold your past against you, family is supposed to support growth, change, and redemption. But toxic relatives often act like your past mistakes define who you are today. They don't see growth, they don't see lessons learned. They only see ammunition to criticize, shame, or control you. And the most painful truth, they use your past as a weapon against your present. Stoicism teaches that life is about improvement, self-reflection, and learning from failure. Yet toxic family members act as if once you stumble, you are permanently flawed. They don't forgive. They don't forget. They only judge. Let's unpack this behavior. They rehash mistakes again and again. Some relatives are relentless. Example: 5 years ago, you failed a project at work. Your cousin still brings it up at every family gathering. Remember when you messed that up? Good thing you're better now. Or your sibling reminds you of a poor choice in a past relationship. Why did you ever date them? You've always had bad judgment. Even when you've grown, changed, and learned, the past is never left behind. It's a constant tool to remind you that you're not perfect in their eyes. They use guilt to keep you small. Holding your past against you isn't just about criticism, it's about control. Example: you decide to move out, start a new job, or pursue a dream your family doesn't like. Your parent says, "After all we've done for you, you can't just leave." Or "Remember when you disappointed us? Don't make the same mistake now." Notice the tactic. Your growth is punished with guilt rooted in history. They weaponize your past to restrict your present. They compare your past to others' present. Some family members constantly measure your life by your worst moments, while praising others for their current successes. Example: your cousin graduated from college years ago. You didn't. Years later, you complete your degree. They say, "Well, you finally caught up." Even your achievements are tainted by the shadow of your past, as if success cannot erase mistakes. They bring up past failures in arguments. Toxic family members love to drag history into every disagreement. Example: you disagree about finances with a sibling. Suddenly they say, "Remember last year when you blew all your savings?" Or "Remember when you got fired?" You're always making bad decisions. The argument stops being about the present. It becomes a trial by past mistakes, designed to make you feel inferior and guilty. They refuse to acknowledge growth. Some relatives cannot see that you've changed. Example: you struggled with anger in your teens, but have since learned to control it. Your aunt still says, "You've always been hot-headed." I don't trust you. Your past defines you in their eyes, even if your actions today prove otherwise. They live in history, not reality. Why this is toxic. Holding your past against you is more than nagging or criticism. It's a tool of emotional bondage. It teaches you to shrink, apologize, and doubt yourself. It prevents growth, diminishes confidence, and traps you in guilt that isn't yours to carry anymore. Stoicism teaches that we are not our mistakes. We are our actions in the present. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Stoic approach. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do. Then your life will flow well." Applied to family toxicity, you cannot change how others perceive your past. You cannot stop them from bringing up mistakes. You can control your response. Example: When your past is used against you, a Stoic doesn't apologize for it. They acknowledge it internally. Yes, that happened. I learned from it. Then they move on, refusing to let someone else dictate their self-worth. A real-life scenario: imagine you had a rough year. You quit a job without a backup, had a falling out with a friend, or made a bad financial decision. Months later, your cousin says, laughing, "Still messing things up, like last year, huh?" Your aunt adds, "We told you that would happen. Why don't you listen?" Even though you've recovered, grown, and improved, they anchor you to the past. Your victories feel smaller. Your confidence wavers. Your peace is stolen. The hard truth: some family members will never let go of your past. Some will weaponize it to guilt, manipulate, or control you. Some will measure your worth based on who you used to be, not who you are now. Stoicism teaches that your present actions define your character, not your past mistakes. Your past is your teacher, not your jailer. And the moment you internalize this, you stop apologizing for who you were. You stop justifying yourself. You stop shrinking to fit their narrative. Your life is yours, and no one has the right to hold yesterday over your head today. 10. When they use anger or intimidation to control you. Family should be a place of safety, a sanctuary where you can express yourself without fear. But some relatives use anger and intimidation as weapons to dominate, manipulate, and control. They scream, threaten, or lash out, not because of the situation at hand, but because they want power over you. And here's the brutal truth: fear is their tool, and compliance is their goal. Stoicism teaches that your inner peace, reason, and virtue cannot be threatened by external events, including the rage of those closest to you. Yet toxic family members rely on fear, intimidation, and emotional aggression to bend your will to theirs. Let's explore what this looks like in real life. They use anger to silence you. Some relatives scream or lash out the moment you express disagreement or set boundaries. Example: you politely refuse to lend your brother money. He yells, "How dare you? After everything I've done for you." The tone alone makes your chest tighten, your words falter, and your instincts scream, "Just give in." This is classic intimidation. They weaponize your discomfort to get what they want. They threaten to punish or withdraw love. Toxic family members often imply consequences if you don't comply. Example: your parent says, "If you move out, don't expect to come back for anything." Your aunt says, "You'll regret not helping me when you're older." The message is clear: obey or face emotional or practical punishment. They are not protecting you. They are trying to control your life through fear. They make you question your own decisions. Anger and intimidation are tools to sow doubt. Example: you decide to quit a toxic job and pursue your dream. Your sibling shouts, "You're making a huge mistake. You'll fail and ruin everything." The volume and aggression make you hesitate, even if the decision is rational and positive. This is psychological manipulation. They aim to make you second-guess your judgment. They gaslight. While intimidating anger often comes paired with gaslighting, they make you feel like you're the problem for not complying with their demands. Example: you tell your cousin you're busy and can't help them move. They explode. "You never do anything for anyone. You're so selfish." Then they say, calmly, "Why are you overreacting? I'm just upset." Now you're confused. Are you in the wrong, or are they manipulating you? They use silent intimidation. Intimidation isn't always loud. Some family members use cold stares, condescending tones, or passive aggression to make you comply. Example: your mother gives you the silent treatment for days because you didn't attend a family event. Her disapproval alone creates anxiety, guilt, and stress. You end up apologizing, not because you were wrong, but because fear and discomfort manipulated your behavior. They exploit your love and loyalty. Anger and intimidation are more effective because of your connection to them. They know you care, and they weaponize that care. Example: your father yells at you to handle a family emergency you weren't responsible for. He says, "If you really loved us, you'd do it without complaining." Suddenly, your love becomes the leash they pull to control you. Why this is toxic? This behavior chips away at your self-confidence, independence, and peace. It creates fear, hesitation, and resentment. You may start to walk on eggshells, second-guess decisions, and prioritize their comfort over your life. Stoicism teaches that external events and others' behavior cannot harm your character. Yet anger and intimidation are designed to bypass reason and attack your emotional core. The Stoic response: a Stoic recognizes the following truths. Their anger is their problem, not yours. Intimidation is a tactic to provoke fear, not to correct behavior. Compliance under fear is not virtue, it's weakness. Example: someone yells at you or threatens you. A Stoic remains calm. They assess whether the demand aligns with reason and virtue. They act in accordance with their values, not their fear. Silence, clarity, and composure are stronger than screaming and threats. Their rage only has power if you give it power. A real-life scenario: you refuse to give a family member money they didn't earn. They yell, threaten to cut you off emotionally, and call you selfish. Inside you feel guilt and fear. A normal reaction is panic. Maybe they're right, maybe I should give in. A Stoic response is yes, they're angry. That is their choice. My choice is to act with wisdom and protect my peace. You stay firm, you protect your boundaries, you honor yourself. The hard truth: some family members will always try to control you with anger or intimidation. They will scream, threaten, or silently punish you to get compliance. Some will never respect boundaries unless forced to. Stoicism teaches you are free from their control the moment you refuse to give them power over your mind and choices. Your peace is your own. Your boundaries are sacred, and their anger says more about them than it ever could about you. Family is supposed to be a sanctuary, a place where you can grow, thrive, and be yourself without fear. But sometimes, the people closest to you become the ones who chip away at your peace, manipulate your emotions, and drain your energy. Stoicism teaches us that our inner life is ours alone. No one, not a parent, sibling, or cousin, has the right to control your choices, shame your growth, or weaponize your love. Your virtue, your wisdom, and your peace are non-negotiable. Toxic behaviors may be disguised as concern, tradition, or love, but the truth is clear. If it destroys your calm, belittles your growth, or makes you doubt yourself, it is not love. It is control. You have the power to set boundaries, protect your mind, and reclaim your life. You have the power to refuse guilt, manipulation, and fear. You have the power to live your life fully, without apology, without compromise, and without letting anyone's toxicity define your worth. Remember, family does not give you the right to be abused, and the moment you realize that, you stop being a victim. You stop shrinking. You stop apologizing for existing. You live your life with courage, clarity, and Stoic strength, because your peace is your most valuable possession, and no one, not even family, has the right to take it away.